Here I am. Here's video. It's going to be shorter than usual, which is nice, I think. Yeah, I should try to do 10-minute videos, or 5-minute videos even. Maybe a 5-second video. That'd be really cool. Just do 5-second videos, say everything really, really fast, just convey it into your head, and be done with it. Yeah. Well, I sort of have said it all, pretty poorly apparently. But anyway, regardless, I do have another channel. Ooh, I know, evil of me, but I've done it. So, it's called Efilist, for life spelled backwards. Like, let's undo it. You know, let's go back, start over, except not. Exactly. So let's just do the go back and not start over. But anyway, undo the imposition. Unimpose the imposition. Yes, let's do that. Does solve a lot of problems. Anyway, I've done a video on that channel, so I guess this video will link to that video. Hopefully, it will post okay. It's over 15 minutes. Damn. But we'll see what happens. Might have to cut it in pieces or something irritating like that. But anyway, it's a YouTube problem. Alright, and that channel is just going to be devoted. Look, there's not too many subjects left here. Right? I mean, once you get to this big game, you know, this is like the professional, this is like the big leagues, the World Series kind of game. So you can't play, it's really a bummer to go back to the minor leagues or, you know, pee-wee baseball or something. All the other subjects are kind of bullshit, you know, compared to the big subject, life. What the fuck is it doing here? Is it accomplishing anything? Does it have any hope of accomplishing anything? That's this big stuff. So yeah, that's sort of the game. And the other game would be, how do you communicate a philosophy, no matter what it is, you know. I don't care. I love dirt. Dirt is the secret of the universe. Yeah, that's a philosophy, fine. But how would you communicate it? Let's say it had some chance of being logical and reasonable. Does it have some chance of getting conveyed through people? That's a real trick here. But it seems this anti-natalism thing, at least in the YouTube community, has sort of caught on. So that's another thing I'm going to work on, is linking to everybody's channels who talks about this subject and who is favorable. So, yeah, I guess they'll be linked by category of strength of their favoritism, their support for the idea, their work in the battle against the life lovers. Yeah. So that's another project. So I'll put, you know, it'll be on my website, and eventually I want to post it as a standard link index on my videos in the description. You know, a link to all the channel pages of most relevance if space becomes a problem. So let's see where we go from there. Yeah, so this subject is the subject, and then the other subject is communication and how to do that. You know, how to be a successful communicator. You know, because it really is important. I mean, as much as I hate it, the whole idea of it, yeah, that's an important subject. So we've got to talk about that. And then the other stuff just falls into a, well, you know, we can solve all these other problems if we just do this anti-natalism thing. And then there's well, I guess the how you do it thing has to be talked about. You know, the how do you get people to give up their birthing practices. I think you can seduce them out of it with some cash. You know, give people you know, $5,000 from the government on their 18th birthday if they haven't reproduced, and just you know, every decade throw another $5,000 on the pile or something, or you have to give the money back. Maybe even better, like give them $5,000 when they're 18, another $5,000 when they're 30, and then if they've, you know, if they haven't reproduced, and if they still reproduce after that, then they have to give back the money, something like that. Yeah, and then if we can do it in the civilized nations, have some sort of rational support non-procreation, then we can go to the rest of the world. Yeah, and tell them.
Just for a second, just for
Yeah, no problem.
reassurance. Here I am. I thought I was on Patriot's Path.
Yeah, that's the name.
This is still Patriot's Path.
Yeah, it goes all the way,
Right.
both directions.
Okay. I'd also been under the misimpression from part of it that it would be paved, and obviously this is not.
Yeah, well, it got washed out with the hurricane, so it's worse than it usually is. Okay, so it's usually not this bad.
Okay.
So
Wait, but this is
it
the
gets
path.
better. It gets better as you go further down here.
Right.
All right, you end up behind Kings.
Roughly from here to Morristown is.
Yeah, well, that gets dicey. Okay, some of it's just trail.
Right.
And some of it depends
I
on.
hit a real road then.
Yeah, there's real
Just
roads
on the way.
Yeah, so you can get on real roads the back way there. But yeah, I mean, it used to be an old train that used to run through here.
Okay,
So
right.
it's all usually it's pretty flat and it's usually fairly wide, just because nobody's developed on top of it. So it's
Wonderful
usually,
for that.
Yeah,
Thank you for the reassurance. I thought I had taken a hopeless turn into a riverbed or whatever,
Yeah,
which
no,
I guess is what it was last weekend.
Exactly.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay, have a nice ride. So there we go. Yeah. Damn fucking foreigners. Yeah, European types. That's okay. Anyway, yes, yeah, that'll get me in some trouble. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, okay, it's this how do you implement thing, right? So that is the third subject. Let's call it the third subject. But you have to have some sort of plan. So yeah, we reduce the human race. Once we do it in the civilized countries, then we can go to the rest of the world and seduce them into doing the right thing, or force them to do the right thing. That's what it comes down to. And when you get the human population low enough, then you start planning the cleaning of the natural world as best you can in a kind and beneficial way. And the bottom line is you come up with a good strategy to fracture this place. And if the animals don't know it's coming, ain't gonna be no harm. They're gonna be dead in a split second. Then what's the big deal? I mean, we wouldn't even mind if we didn't know it was coming. I mean, it's probably gonna end that way if we get neutron starred. You're just gonna get bombarded with gamma rays and X-rays, and they're just gonna blow you into pieces. But anyway, it's gonna be quick anyway. Well, hopefully. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's the initial burst. It should be pretty intense. I mean, the initial burst should be pretty heavy. But anyway, it doesn't matter. That's a whole different subject. Related but different, as I've just stated. It's one of the subjects. But the point is, this cleans up everything, because you don't got to argue about politics and the criminals and the bullshit and the liars and the fucking economy and all the rest of this crap. We don't have to worry about it no more. Not because that stuff's just impossible. You're not going to stop all these assholes from being assholes. Nobody wants to live in a civilization. They want to be selfish fucks. And it just seems pretty hard to turn them in any kind of rational direction. So, yeah, anti-natalism for the win. Become an Efilist. We just got to write a song for it. I'm Efilist, you're Efilist, we're all Efilist and such. And, yeah. Oh, fuck, they're cutting the grass, it sounds like. Anyway, that's just a stupid complaint. I just don't like noise when I'm working. Anyway, I like the peace and the quiet. I'm a peace and quiet kind of guy. It's kind of a Cheshire over there. Kind of nice sunny day. A little too sunny for Cheshire. But anyway, looking in the puddles again. Do like it. So where else is there? Ow. I got all these damn mosquito bites, man. Damn mosquitoes. All itchy and uncomfortable. 2 of them bit me under my eye. Well, one of them I was sleeping. Just terrible. Apparently. Or spiders or something. Anyway, doesn't really matter. So anyway, new video on the other website. And so I'll put all the, very simple This Is Life, here it is in 20-minute kind of videos. We'll go on that channel and we'll just see if I can say it in some way that makes a difference. Or maybe after I do a dozen or two, I can take pieces from each one of those videos and smash them together and make one video that's really, really compelling. But we know it's not going to be compelling unless I get plastic surgery so I look like Oprah or something. Because if Oprah says so, then it must be true. You know, unfortunately, that's a sad world we live in. So anyway, on more. Okay, till next time and such.